So it's garden day, and here's a little update on all my red solo cup project for my seeds. This is take 3 on starting seeds. I tried starting them in the garden and that didn't work out at all. Probably it was still too cold, but I'm impatient. And then I started them in milk cartons, also failed. But the red solo cups seem to be jamming. And I've moved them so many times that nothing's together, but I did right on the cups. So that's zucchini. I got little tomatoes over here. Everything is happy, happy, happy. Got peppers and pumpkins and watermelons and all kinds of stuff. Spinach, asparagus, which, 3 years from now, I'll be happy I planted these little suckers. So yeah, Big's gonna till the garden today, and then we're gonna get some of these bad boys in the ground. Here's a before shot of the summer garden. Yes, we have tilled it already this year, but it was too early to get anything planted, and so it just all grew back over. So Big's gonna till it and then dig me a whole bunch of furrows all the way down the hill. So, and then my winter garden's doing great. This is the second round of radishes. We've already eaten the first round. This is round 2. Got carrots coming up over here. Carrots, broccolis. I think that's, there's some cabbages right there. And the next row is cauliflower, and then lettuce back behind, and peas on the fence. So everything's pretty happy. I came through with a bunch of straw and mulched it, so pretty good. Hey guys, it's time for another garden update. The first part of this video I made on May 12th, and today is June 19th, so a little over 5 weeks ago. And so I thought we'd go around and see how everything is growing. Pretty impressed with how everything's getting along. I think the addition of the sheep manure has helped tremendously, but I thought we'd just do a little walk and check everything out. So you can tell down here didn't get as much of the manure tilled in, and the plants are much smaller than, let's say, up here where more of it was focused. So that's why I definitely think that that's been really helpful. So we have our big watermelons here, and then our little personal watermelons, the sugar babies, here and here. We have cantaloupe. We have a mammoth pumpkin there, and then the little pumpkin pie pumpkins, small sugar pumpkins are there. Behind that, butternut squash, and down here are the Black Beauty eggplants. Italian squash, it's hard to point and look. Italian squash is there. Spaghetti squash there. Back behind is zucchini. Yellow squash. And then behind that's cucumbers, and we'll look at that when we go up there. Along the fence, I've put in some little green beans. I had put green beans in earlier in the year and none of them sprouted. And so we decided probably it was some bad seeds. Got some new seeds and they're just doing great. So that had to have been the problem. We've got jalapeno peppers here. Let's see, right here, there, and there, jalapenos. This is our little pepper patch. These are the bell peppers. 2, 3. Back here is serrano peppers. So 1, 2, 3. And the banana peppers are here. And then in the back there is cayenne. So they all seem to be doing pretty well. Now keep in mind, everything I'm growing, I started from seed, with the exception of my garlic, which actually I just had a bulb of garlic that had started to sprout from the grocery store, so I pulled it apart and planted it, and it's doing great. And then I bought some seed potatoes, and then I also had some potatoes that were kind of starting to sprout, and so I planted them in the potato patch. So they're doing pretty good. My winter garden is kind of coming to a close. I've got carrots yet to harvest. They're just about ready. Our second planting of radishes is just about done. My chickens have been loving the winter garden because I just come through every day and get leaves and, you know, broccolis and radishes, and so they enjoy that. Here's broccoli that's still left. I've got one little celery that came up, so I don't know what was going on there. And then as we climb through the garden, I gotta show you my cabbage. I'm pretty excited. Look at that. Oh, I'm excited for cabbage. So the zucchinis are here. Now this afternoon, my husband's going to run some fencing, just one piece of fence, across here for these cucumbers to climb. And I just planted eating cucumbers. I didn't do any pickling cucumbers. I'm not a huge fan of making pickles or pickles in general. So I put some marigolds in, also from seed. I guess they're supposed to help keep the bugs out of the tomatoes. Look at this tomatoes. Would you look at that? They are jamming. When I planted them, they were probably 8 inches tall, and I buried them puppies up to the top leaves. So they've got 6 inches of plant underneath the ground. So hopefully their root system is going to be fantastic and we're going to have great tomatoes. My husband's going to go through and stake those today as well. So, and I've got an okra here. The boys, when they came up and weed eated for me, accidentally got one of these okra, but that's okay because I have 3 or 4 more okra right there. So, and then I've got 2 here, but they don't seem to be doing as well, and I don't know why. I do know that I've had a lot of wild birds up here just having a feast, and there's only so many things you can do about the wild birds. So, you know, I made sure to plant enough that we can all have some, I guess. So I've got sunflowers this row and this row. And I like sunflowers being from Kansas, but also I figure that my birds will enjoy them. My chickens will. This row was some early corn, just extra that I had. And it didn't all sprout. So I just went through and put in some bush Blue Lake green beans there. So that's something I can put in the freezer and, you know, keep for the winter. So we'll see how they do. The corns are just doing great. This back row was attacked more by the birds, so it's kind of sparse, but these 2 are great. I guess the old saying is knee high by the 4th of July. So I think we're going to do all right. And then my peas kind of had a rough start, but they're doing pretty good now. I'm getting a few peas here and there, not even enough for dinner. I think that that's something to be said for not planting in March. Kind of makes for a weak plant maybe. So anyway, yeah, everything's doing great. We'll do another update as the summer goes on, but just wanted to pop on and show what my garden looks like in June. And everything being started from seed, I think it's doing pretty great. So have a great day, guys.